Hey, Monday Night Podcast here, and I am with Cobaltsky7 and uh, Subtly Awkward. There we go. Got it out there in the end. And this is my first podcast, I guess. Say hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, we got a response. Okay, so the first topic I want to bring up is: do you reckon Zecora should have her own episode so we can find out where she came from and get rid of this mystery about her? What do you think on that?
Most definitely. You always want to have a little background to any of your characters that you're watching.
That's yeah.
For me, yeah, definitely. Mostly just because she isn't even in episodes very much anymore. It's like they've forgotten that she existed.
Yeah, I think they should also slow things down and go to some of these like ponies that you don't see that much, like because now Twilight's become an alicorn. They're all up partying in Canterlot. I think they should like do like a couple spin-off episodes based around like Crusaders again, or I don't know, a bit like what they did with Spike. They gave him an episode where he's looking after everyone's pet. I quite like that because you don't see that. You don't see Spike on his own in an episode.
They actually gave him quite a few in this last season.
They did.
Hmm. I think they should
I
do.
was a little surprised. I was like, well, where did this come from?
So
Viewer demands.
I like the sort of thing when they do that. Like they take it away from the main characters and do like little episodes with some of the sub characters in a way. And yeah, anything else you want to say about it?
Maybe have the episode centered around something, I don't know, trouble back in her homeland and she has to go back and help.
That
Oh, yeah, and we get to see it. That would be nice.
that'd be yeah, that'd be pretty good.
Maybe not just a flashback, but get to actually go there.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord, what would they call it? It would have to be a horse pun.
Well, we've already got Saddle Arabia, so
Oh God.
I don't even want to know.
We're all probably like thinking now and just like sitting there looking upwards at the sky, pondering on the subject. Hmm.
it's gonna keep us up awake at night.
Well, well, my drinks definitely is. My eyes are like beaming open from that coffee and whatever else that energy drink was.
If you get sick, I'm just gonna laugh at you.
Oh, you're nice. And okay, another thing is what me and Sub Amber. I'm just gonna call you Amber because I dare.
Okay.
If you don't mind. Yeah,
Nope.
what me and Amber
Because you
talk
can't
about.
pronounce my username for worth anything.
Look, I spent the whole day yesterday practicing saying both of them names, but when it comes down to it, I just can't. I'm really bad now. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, what me and Amber was talking about when we was playing Minecraft was, is Zecora's cutie mark actually a cutie mark? Because she's not actually a pony, she's a zebra. So, what does that symbol on her flank mean?
Tribal markings.
Ah,
Oh, that's true. I didn't think about that.
yeah.
The thing is, I mean, she's a zebra, but they've drawn her more like a pony than like the horses, and so begs the question: are zebras in MLP world more closer related to the pony species, or like are they their own thing? Because horses and zebras in our world are in the same species category.
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure.
I wonder if they did that intentional though. That's true.
Probably that they probably made it more towards the pony side because the show, the name of the show.
Yeah.
Though that is also could be wrong because there was actual horses in the one episode.
Yeah, which is confusing.
The magic duel. There we go.
Yeah, I also like the typical pun names and all that, like Lost Pegasus and Manhattan and those kind of just
Saddle Arabia.
yeah, they make me giggle.
Oh Lord.
It just makes you think what other cities could be turned into MLP puns.
I'm sure they'll come up eventually.
Oh, most definitely. In season 4, probably. You never know. Okay, next subject, I guess. With the 3 fillies from Cutie Mark Crusaders, what do you think their cutie marks could be? Well, they're pretty obvious, but one of them kind of has me confused a little bit.
The one that has me confused the most would be Apple Bloom. She is part of the Apple family,
Yep.
so
Yeah.
judging by the history, it would be something Apple related, but yet she has the skills of a carpenter.
But don't forget when that one episode where she was with Zecora and she made a potion all on her own. It may have failed, but there's still that concept.
I mean, it failed hard, but it was still a potion and it still worked.
Yeah.
Very true.
So there's like more than one possibility with her, and it's. But
She might get one of those cutie marks that's like miscellaneous, so because the writers are just like, well, we don't even know.
Very true. Sweetie Bells is definitely going to have to
But
probably do with
Scootaloo is
music.
easy, and Sweetie Belle's a singer. At least most people say she is.
Yeah. But it annoys me when that episode involving random when they did that play, and instead of doing their own roles, they did the other one's roles, and it got annoying. I was practically screaming at my screen when I saw that episode.
That's a normal for me.
Sweetie Belle should have been singing. She should have built the stuff. Oh, just Jumper.
That was like the one episode of My Little Pony where I was actually angry during the episode. I've never felt
The
that
thing
much
that pisses me off is Scootaloo's is absolutely there. Why have they not addressed this?
Yeah. She basically does her cutie mark every day, so it should have already appeared by now.
They're
Unless that's
ready
not
for
what it
yet.
is.
Yeah. Do you reckon they will show it off in season 4? Do you reckon they will bring it out?
Resolve it.
Would you?
Well,
I probably not.
there was a video, well, actually, a little clip from the Brony documentary where Lauren Faust herself said that she did want to address it and bring it up, but whether Hasbro does that or not, it's completely up to them now since she's not on the show.
Why isn't she no longer involved in the show?
To tell you the truth, I never heard the honest reason she left after the first season.
Hasbro's an idiot, that's why.
Did she leave willingly, or did they like kick her off of it?
No, she left willingly. I don't think they could kick her off because this was her project. This was her baby.
I heard rumors she's coming back.
Yes,
the
rumors
fourth.
and speculation.
I thought she was coming back for season 3. I heard that from somewhere.
Yeah, that one didn't happen.
But I'm just confused why she left. She created a beautiful world. Like, what she did was absolutely amazing. Like, how she came up with these ideas. But then
I
she
think
just
she-
left it.
I think she left because she gave the, I guess they call it a Bible. She gave the story Bible over to Hasbro, and she went to work with on a different show with her husband, Craig McCracken. I think it's called Wander Over Yonder.
I don't think I've
So-
heard of that.
Yes, Craig McCracken. Oh, one of my
Yeah,
favorite
so I
people.
think she left MLP up to Hasbro and all them to go work on another project.
Yeah, but I don't understand how you can give up on such a beautiful thing. It's
Well, it may be her creation, but she's got to keep doing stuff to make money. Got to keep going, make new
Yeah,
things.
I mean, yeah, the thing is, I love how two of the most wonderful animators ever created are both married to each other.
Yeah. Think about it this way, Connor. If she had never have left a show because it was done good, she did like Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends and Powerpuff Girls. So if she had never left those, MLP wouldn't be here.
That's true.
That is true, yeah.
I loved Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Oh, yeah. I remember watching it, sort of, in a way. Wasn't there someone called Blue in it or something?
Yeah, Blue was one of the main characters.
Yeah, that was a very good show. Yeah, we're falling off of track here.
Yes, next question.
I am good at falling off tracks.
Okay. The next question is, okay, I can't remember the one I was going to ask. So I'm going to just go with the one Amber suggested. Was is Queen Chrysalis? Am I saying that right? Chrysalis?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Is she really an evil? Like, is she really evil or not? What is your opinion? Come on, Amber. You had a really good opinion when we talked.
Okay, I'll do it. My view on it is what she did was wrong in the wrong way of doing it, but she was doing it for her subjects. Princess Celestia would have done the same exact thing in her Queen Chrysalis's position. Her species, her subjects feed off of love. There was absolutely no way she could have gone about things differently because of how it works. However her species works, they would have starved to death if she wouldn't have done something.
So that brings.
That's a good point.
So does that make her evil or not? That is the true question.
It makes her unfortunate.
Even though you don't actually get to see what her kingdom looks like. You can't
Yeah,
exactly...
like, they just bring in this character that's actually really interesting, and they don't continue on it.
I think they would have to continue on it before you could actually answer that, because if they continued on it, then you could see if she did it just to feed her subjects or if she's actually plotting revenge against it.
Yeah, but even in the episode, she actually quotes that her people were starving and she had no other choice, in a way. But then you don't fully know until you actually go and see what her kingdom is like for yourself. We don't actually get to see what her kingdom looks like.
And is she a pony? Because she looks to me like a warped alicorn, sort of like Nightmare Moon is, but they say what she is, but at the same time, she looks like a pony. She looks like an alicorn. She just has very warped features.
Again, probably just for the sake of the show, the name of the show. That's probably why
true.
she looks a little on the pony side, but has warped features.
I wonder what encouraged them to make her have holes in her hooves.
Well, with a name like a changeling, you gotta make it look creepy.
But there's creepy, and then there's just having holes in your hooves.
Having holes in your hooves is creepy.
But if you put a hole in I don't know, Pinkie Pie's hooves, she would still look like Pinkie Pie. She wouldn't look creepy at all.
There's some art out there of the main six turned into changelings, and it looks pretty creepy.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen some
somewhere.
of it. It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, it's cool. It's done well, but
I'm gonna have to have a look at some of these. It's not.
But yeah, I hope in season 4 they don't just ignore this whole Cream Chrysalis changeling thing, because it's probably one of the biggest, coolest things that they have put into the show.
Except for King Sombra.
Oh yeah, and that now.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, looking back on the
They have,
history,
like,
they
two
brought.
things.
Looking back on the history, they brought Discord back and others, so there's a good chance you'll get to see her again.
Yeah, so I liked that how they brought Discord back, but I didn't like how quick they
Yeah.
reformed him. I thought they did it too quick. He's Chaos, for God's sake. You don't just switch Chaos over to a good side within one episode. It's one of them, I don't know, part 1, part 2 things, I reckon.
Yeah.
I don't think too many people were happy with it, to come to think of it.
No, because they like the idea of having a chaotic character around. Just whole sole purpose was just to create mischief.
Just for shit and giggles.
Yes, and now they've lost
Discord
that.
was almost fine as he was. He wasn't really evil to begin with. Chaos and evil are two different things.
He was just very playful.
He was having fun.
Yeah, in a way you shouldn't have fun.
Not so much.
Oh, and have you heard? I don't know if this is true or not, but have you heard that Discord apparently has a daughter?
Is that fanfic or is that true? Because it's hard to tell with some of this stuff.
So
It's just fanfic.
she, are you sure though? Because I've heard loads of different things about him having a child, and I'm
And he is
sure-
part pony.
Even so, that'd be quite a good thing to bring in, like in one episode. Discord being reformed,
It
but then
also, yeah.
having
I think
a
it came.
child.
I think it came from a fanfic with Discord and the one they call Screw Loose, and then the one that they call his daughter is Screwball.
Screwball.
And you don't.
I
You
mean,
see,
in all technicalities, he could have a daughter. He is part pony. They've already established that.
He's kind of part everything if you look at him, in a way.
I love Discord. He's not evil. He's just fun. He's sort of like the Joker, but not quite as insane.
That is,
definitely be interesting to see what they do with him now.
yeah.
Yeah, if they screw his character, I'm gonna be so pissed.
Is there any sort of background pony you'd like to see more in the episodes as well? Is there like who you'd want to be brought into the seasons, in a way?
Not really that I can think of.
I'm
See,
trying to think of all the ones we've seen.
so I think Vinyl Scratch would be quite a unique addition to the main six, if she was more involved. Because so far you've only seen her play as the DJ in like I don't know how many. I think she was in the what was it? At the gala.
Oh wait,
Gala.
I know who I want to see. I want to see Babs. I want to see more of what Babs does in her area.
Oh yeah.
I will agree with you on that one.
Yeah, she was-
Because they brought in this very interesting no cutie mark pony who's from a completely different area, and they refused to be like, well, we're going to have an episode with her in her part of Equestria.
That has two friends of her own in the other city.
yeah, and like a whole new Cutie Mark Crusaders. Like, 'cause she
So
joined
I have
the-
this prediction about the Cutie Mark Crusaders. They're only missing a few ponies to have the next generation of main six ponies.
That is true. So far they've
Like, they're the next generation, like the kindness, the loyalty, the blah 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 blah.
MLP Gen 5.
Pretty much.
because
All grown up.
they've already got the one Earth pony, the one Pegasus, and the one Unicorn. They just need one more of each of them, and then it's the new.
Pretty
main six.
much.
Yep.
Do you reckon that's what they could be building up towards, though? Is that a possibility?
As sneaky as Hasbro is, very possible.
I mean, it would be a little cheap because they're related. Some of them are related to the main six, but at the same time, it makes sense.
Yeah. And brings up the other thing me and Amber was talking about earlier as well, is who is Scootaloo's parents? Like, where did they come? Where does she come from?
They haven't gone there yet.
Like,
She can't fly, and we haven't seen her parents.
it brings you to the conclusion of what? just the simple word is what?
Oh yeah, and then I remember someone talking about Scootaloo sort of being the adoptive sister of Rainbow Dash, and how I think Rainbow Dash is a horrible role model.
You can tell that's not gonna probably not gonna go well, but
Well, they're both, how do you want to say it? They're both daredevilish.
just a little bit.
Like, yes, Rainbow Dash is a great, sort of friend, but if you're looking for a role model, especially for the problems that they don't seem to be addressing with Scootaloo. She's a Pegasus who cannot fly. That's as much as saying a person who can't walk. And they're not addressing how serious her disability actually is.
Well, there technically isn't much of a disability, because she's just technically an Earth pony with little features on her back. But so a better role model could probably be Applejack.
Yeah, like Applejack is an excellent sister role model.
Be funny to see what would happen if she went to Pinkie Pie.
Oh man.
Pinkie Pie isn't even that bad of a role model. She just needs to stay on track.
And lay off the sugar. A lot.
Yeah, a little bit. I don't know if I like how the alicorn thing works. If that's how it works with becoming an alicorn, then I have a few questions. Because they're not their own separate species then. And wait, is Twilight going to get long legs and be super tall eventually then?
I think that just comes with age.
Might be.
Oh, but even then, if you think about Applejack's, is it Applejack's
grandmother?
mum?
She's not super tall or anything.
Yeah, but that's sort of a different kind of age, though, isn't it? Because like she's very wrinkly.
And she's not a unicorn.
Or Pegasus.
So she doesn't have magic-related things.
Well,
I remember someone bringing up the whole, is Unicorn, Pegasus, Earth Pony, are they sort of like different races? They can intermingle, but they just don't.
But then that brings up the thing with Mr. and Mrs. Cake. They're both Earth ponies,
exactly.
and then they're both Earth ponies, and yet they have a Pegasus and a unicorn son and daughter.
They explain that really loosely. I think they needed to explain that a little better.
Well, the way they explained it was very confusing. Her aunt's sister's brother's uncle was a unicorn. It's like, what?
They don't want anybody to follow.
Because it doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
Most people are just like, Mrs. Cake cheated, let's just go with that.
Like, you having to count, like, the relatives, like, wait, so it's his uncle with her sister? Who married a what? Oh. But I find them kind of, those link chain family relation things quite amusing. To try
What
and figure
was
out
the
now.
other question that I brought up? I can't remember what it was. It was... Or did you have another one?
I came up with one which kind of threw me all over the place, was the Royal Guards. Every time something bad happens, they're just no longer there. It's like, oh, come on boys, there's trouble here, get in the bunker. Like, just hide. Like when Queen Chrysalis attacked, there wasn't a single guard on duty.
Not a one.
Nope. Well, there was two tied up out in the street. Look at that.
Yeah,
That was about it.
the two who wasn't able to run and hide.
Yep.
But I didn't like before, like before she attacked, there was guards all over the place, and then
And they're all unicorns, right? Most of them?
I believe so.
I've seen mixed. There's like I've seen Pegasus ones and unicorns, but I have not seen an Earth Pony one.
And that begs the question, can Earth Ponies be Royal Guard?
Racism.
Yeah.
You sense that there is sort of a hint of sort of kind of racism between them. I mean, the whole history story play thing they did is pretty much pointing at that.
In a way, yeah.
With a big angry red arrow.
Because you have the Pegasus, like the Pegasus,
Pegasi.
the Pegasi. That's the right word. Like you have
Yes.
them with like a nice job, like working up in the sky, like clearing the clouds. Then you have like the unicorns who do whatever they really. Like you have Twilight.
They don't
in the
really do
library.
anything. All they do is sit around and Celestia and Luna raise the sun and moon.
Or if you like look in Cancelot, like you see all the unicorns that all seem to be well dressed and all high and mighty, but then you don't really see any other like Earth ponies in Cancelot though.
Well, unicorns are supposed to be like the royal breed.
Royal blood. And a lot of them, some people have pointed out that a lot of unicorns are white. And I'm just like, what? But then I thought back to Rarity, her family, and a lot of the unicorns that you actually see, and I'm like, oh my god. Really? Why did you have to give me that image? I didn't need to think of that hard about MLP.
But Rarity's parents, they seem more kind of...
They're country bumpkins.
I was thinking of a word that didn't offend anyone.
But a lot of people say that Rarity's father is probably an earth pony, and then some say he hides his horn under his hat. No, that's not how hats work with unicorns. So a lot of people speculate he's an earth pony.
That could be a possibility.
So that means
But
an
in
earth
order not to
pony and
confuse kids, they have a hat on him, so they're not being like, well, why is he an earth pony?
Do kids really go that far in depth to this?
I don't know. If you think about it, some kids probably would. I was one of those kids that would look at a show and ask questions that nobody cared about.
Yeah, but you gotta think, this show was originally made for 6-year-olds, I think.
I would just sit there and go pretty colors.
It's true.
But that's me as well. I'm distracted by pretty colours. Like I was distracted by the episode called like the Find a Pet episode. Where
That.
yeah, I was so distracted with Raymond Dash's pretty colours that I did not notice that from the chicken coop there was Derpy whose head pops out.
Yep.
They just start putting her everywhere.
I can't. Wait, wasn't that one of your episodes, Cobalt, where I noticed that?
I believe you said you saw it when you saw mine. I'm not sure.
Yeah, like you said something about the goat being angry, and then you noticed it. I was like, oh
Well,
my god.
Yeah, I was staring at it, and it's right in front of the chicken coop, and I see this gray thing pop out of the coop. I'm like, oh, there it is.
Also, another thing is delivering mail really a good job for Derpy youths? Is that really the best thing for her?
I don't know. She also clears clouds with and does rain with a rainbow dash too.
But then you see her hurt herself sometimes. It's
Well, the whole
I think she's an odd job pony.
that yeah, and the mail delivery thing's just a fandom thing.
nah. But I would like to see her in more episodes, to be honest. That would be quite a funny thing.
I mean, they've had her have a speaking part, which is good, I suppose.
Wasn't that where she accidentally threw Rainbow Dash through the floor?
Yeah.
Why she should not be doing heavy lifting?
Yes, they did.
What else was there? What other subjects?
Oh, I have a question. In Roundup, or what? Not Roundup, but with the one about Applejack, and she was rounding up the cows. The cows talked. Why don't all the animals talk if the cows can talk? Bunny doesn't talk. All the animals that Fluttershy takes care of never talk, but the cows can talk. What makes them better that they can talk?
That's kind of confusing.
Yeah, they kind of just have it all over the place with the animals. Because they even have the donkeys in there that talk. Or mules,
I guess
I should
because
say.
donkeys are horse-related, but still.
But even the dragons talk.
This is true.
And it's very, very confusing.
They should have just made it so all animals can talk, because that would just have been a lot better.
But then would have taken away the whole concept of that.
The theory is like how Fluttershy translates for the animals, if it's just a different language completely, and the cows just happen to know whatever pony language, quote unquote. I guess that could be argued.
Hmm. Yeah, I think so. But then, I don't know.
Yeah, they've got a lot of subjects in there that are kind of loose and have created a lot of speculation everywhere.
Especially the whole dragon concepts.
Very true.
I don't. I think it's because they didn't expect that anyone over the age of 6 would be watching this.
Probably.
I think
And
that
here we are sitting analyzing a kid show.
and we're not afraid to admit it.
Nope.
Nope.
But like with my singing of one of their songs, I wasn't afraid of that, but I still feel dumb for uploading it.
Yeah, I've done lots of dumb things. Don't feel too bad.
Yeah, but you're a well-known Brony.
Yeah, you're sort of famous, dude.
Not really.
When I have a response from you, I was like, oh, yay! I was like,
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of had a heart attack once you and Digibony both replied.
yeah,
Yeah. Too bad he didn't make it, huh?
yeah, I'm kind of sad about that because
I think the very first call I ever got, I got, and someone on the other end couldn't even talk for like the first 5 minutes.
really.
And I'm like, I'm just a normal person. I'm not special.
To be honest, being YouTube famous would only be nice because I'm one of those YouTubers who would be nice to the people. I'm not someone who's going to be stuck up and be like, no, I'm not talking to you.
I can't stand people like that. They think they're all so high and mighty, and oh, it annoys me so much. Like when you send a message to someone, inviting them to something, the least they could do is just send you a message back saying, sorry, I won't be able to make that. But just ignoring it altogether. That's just... No. Just, nope. My books. I need to find the list.
So,
I've
been waiting for my YouTube to be updated to the new format, and it hasn't yet. I'm thinking there has been so many protests about it that YouTube is rethinking it.
Very possible.
Probably.
So many people hate it that I'm pretty sure YouTube has decided to retract its idea.
Possibly.
It's a horrible looking format.
Yes, here was the other thing I was going to bring up. Do you think Twilight will get her own castle now that she's Alicorn?
I don't believe
Yeah,
so.
is she gonna? Yeah, is she gonna? Like, what is she supposed to be ruling over? Ponyville? Like, I don't understand that part.
I think that Celestia might give her like ownership of Ponyville. That's what I kind of think. But then,
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do at the start of the new season of what she's actually going to be princess of.
yeah, like is she now going to be staying in Canterlot? Is she going back to Ponyville? Because if she's royalty, they can't exactly send her back to the library, can they?
The writer said she's not going anywhere, but
Hold on. What? Anybody come by? No. I'm doing. Yeah, thanks. Sorry, I'm back.
But then they can't just leave Twilight up in Canterlot because of the main six's whole thing together.
But maybe they will. Maybe season 4 is the opening for the next storyline. Who's going to fulfill their destiny? She's done. Her destiny is fulfilled.
yes.
Yeah. See, Rainbow Dash is kind of obvious of what her destiny is going to be. And same
Yeah,
with
hers is
Applejack.
almost already fulfilled because she went to the academy. So
Yeah, but
Yeah,
she
it's
hasn't
just
actually
gonna be
become a Wonder Bother yet, though. That's the only.
Not yet, but that's what they're probably going to do in next episodes.
And
yeah, and then like the other ones, I'm not sure.
Applejack's
I think
probably gonna...
Fluttershy's has to do with Discord, though. I'm pretty sure.
You think?
Because they make this whole big deal on Fluttershy and Discord, and I think there's something more there. I'm a little scared to know what it is, but whatever.
See,
Well,
Applejack's is kind of simple because she's just going to take over the Apple Acres. And Pinkie Pie, I guess she's going to probably take over the Sugar Cube corner. But
or the
then,
world.
Rarity, I'm not quite sure, because she's an odd pony.
She's gonna be a Canterlot designer.
Possibly.
Yeah, that's true. Everyone else's destinies are sort of boring.
Even so, I was told of a very big spoiler, and I've seen quite a few spoiler images as well, but I'm not sure if they're true or not. And I don't know if I should say anything about it or not, because I'm not sure if they're true. But
Season 4, I'm only excited for because I want to see what the first episode is going to bring into... Like, the first episode's always the most important episode.
do you reckon it will
That's
carry
kinda-
on?
I'm scared.
It's kind of where they set the pace for the season.
Do you reckon it's going to carry on from Canterlot? Because they're already all up there. Are they going to skip the whole them being up there thing, or are they going to carry it on from when they are already up there? Because they could bring in a whole new bad guy with that.
Yeah, they could do it either way.
I have heard rumors they are bringing Queen Chrysalis back because she's way too big of a character not to. You can't ignore that.
Yeah,
No.
it's not like she was frozen in ice or anything. Like she has.
She was Team Rocketed away.
Has anyone made a GIF on that yet?
Oh, I'm
We're
sure.
blasting off again!
There's probably going to be somewhere.
Although I don't know if Queen Chrysalis is a pony either because she doesn't have a cutie mark.
But even then, so didn't those oh, forgot the name of the place, Arabia thing.
Saddle
Yeah,
Arabia.
like, I don't
That's
know
it.
what she's considered. She's a changeling, but that's not enough information.
She's a cutie mark crusader.
Oh,
would
I
be
want to see a baby Queen Chrysalis now. I love the images of a baby Queen Chrysalis. They're so cute.
They're all over the place.
That would be the biggest spin-off ever if Queen Chrysalis became a Cutie Mark Crusader.
She's so cute. She's a cool character. I like her.
I think she was really good how she was made out to be in the Cancelot Weddings.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great way to introduce such a character, and I think that's some of the best episodes.
But Celestia's made out to be like this, like celestial being, like all so powerful and all that. But then Queen Chrysalis just kicked her ass, made it look like nothing. So there comes to question Celestia's power in a way.
Well, in the actual episode, she was feeding off of Shining Armor's love for Cadence, is what made her powerful, is what she stated.
Which means she can become more powerful than Celestia is, which means is Celestia really as powerful as she's made out to be?
Yeah, it all depends on what they're feeding on at that point in time, I guess.
But then, if they feed off love, how have they been living all this time? If
Somewhere out there is mass lands of dead countries that they have fed off of already.
They're
Probably.
basically locusts, I suppose.
But there surely could be an understanding if
There would have to be a way.
hopefully.
And her whole song, if you pay attention to the song, it's a little bit more serious than you realize. Because, I mean, she did grow up. She's not just this being that's always been. So they must have their own society.
But then, do they really have their own society? Because it portrays. I keep using a word, but like what Cobalt said, there's probably like lands of like just emptiness where they fed off them. So are they like locusts? So they just like move around from kingdom to kingdom, just like sucking it dry from every piece of love.
Yeah, it's just one of those things that they better not ignore, or I'll be kind of ticked off.
What if by the time What if by the time this whole thing ends, they're building the CMC to be the new main six, and Twilight's going to be their princess, as
Oh
Twilight
god.
was, as Celestia was to Twilight in the main six.
Oh dear, that.
Who would technically be the new Twilight? I would say Apple Bloom only because it seems like they pay attention to her the most out of all of them.
That is a good point. So you reckon Apple Bloom's going to be the new Twilight, but then, the whole thing with the main six was the element of harmony. So how would they make that work with a whole new main six?
Well, Apple Bloom's loyalty, if they're going by how the gems thingies work.
Well, and if you go
And
back clear to the first episode, they say that Celestia and Luna was the harness the elements of harmony, and then it switched over to the main six. So can it switch over again?
And change shape and change what the cutie marks look like. Yeah, I mean, that's probably how it works. I wouldn't put it past Hasbro to do that so they can continue making money.
Yep, and toys. Gotta make the toys.
Boys.
I'm extremely distracted by their franchise stuff. The onesies. I'm just as soon as I see it on a
I'm
page, I
extremely
spin.
distracted by fan art of Queen Chrysalis.
Now I can't get Alicorn Apple Bloom out of my head.
Oh my god. No, look that up.
Oh, I'm gonna have to quickly Google that, see if there's actually an image.
Oh, there probably is.
There is.
Okay, images.
There is.
Alicorn,
They look pretty cool too.
Alicorn Applejack? Question mark.
Yeah, a lot of people seem to think that all of them will become alicorns.
See, that's the spoiler I heard of as well. That.
But that would be lazy writing.
Indeed.
Yeah.
That would be a typical superhero writing, and I don't think Hasbro is quite that stupid.
Okay, I type in Alicorn, Apple Bloom, and I'm gonna show you what image came up.
Rule 34. I just scrolled over a Rule 34 picture, and it hurt my eyes.
No,
Someone needs to turn safe search on.
Yeah, I just.
Never mind, it doesn't help.
My safe search blocks everything.
This is the first image that comes up with me.
That's what I got.
No, that's not too bad. Not exactly the
It
correct.
looks like Ariel, though.
Not exactly the correct cutie mark though. Flowers, really.
I don't know. Apple Bloom, Apple. Nah.
But it's got nothing to do with her talent. It's just to do with her name. That is just silly.
But that's how they do it sometimes.
But
like Twist, hers are freaking. Oh, Jesus.
Well, technically, the stripes on the peppermints are twisting.
Yeah, like cutie marks seem to relate to their names a lot of the time too.
So I guess there's nothing wrong with having blossoms on for your cutie mark for a name like Apple Bloom.
yeah, but they make out the cutie marks to be your special talent, so that makes no sense if it's to do with your name as well.
So, and yeah, like how, I remember someone saying about how cutie marks, it's kind of like, it's the opposite of American philosophy. Like, we believe to go out and you can do anything, but they're predisposed to be talented at something and go on to be that career. It's sort of like, oh, what's the thing to compare it to? It's like, I can't think of the kind of society that you would call that.
It's like,
But then, in some ways, I would think that would suck to be a pony, and that you're predisposed to do this thing that you're talented at. What if it's something you don't necessarily enjoy? I mean,
but that's the
they
thing.
say you should, but I don't know.
That's the thing. All their cutie marks, they love doing it. it's something they love doing. Like Rainbow Dash is like all about speed and
They
as fast
should
as
do a
lightning,
pony
but
who has a cutie mark and she doesn't enjoy what she does.
that would be confusing.
She doesn't. Her destiny was wrong, and she doesn't want it.
But then, could your cutie mark change if you don't like
Yeah, that's a
your
good
destiny?
question. Like, they have this whole cutie pox thing and all this other stuff. Can cutie marks change?
And Twilight accidentally cast a spell switching the main six's cutie mark.
Yeah, and she tried to do a spell suddenly to bring a cutie mark. So, By the way, how did she know that there was a spell to bring cutie marks out? How did she just suddenly know that?
Her special
okay.
talent is magic.
We're just gonna go with that. That's how we get away with it.
That's how we get away with it. It's a cop-out.
If someone used hacks, you just say, nope, magic.
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 Oh.
But magic. But magic. But it doesn't magic.
So what's your argument? Magic.
Magic.
I'm actually kind of hoping that they do something that eventually Scootaloo can fly. I hope they're not gonna not address that at all.
I reckon
Yeah,
that will involve Rainbow Dash in some way.
Which would probably make for another epic Scootaloo Rainbow Dash episode.
Even
Yeah.
if they had to just make it like how they did with the turtle and give her a helicopter machine, at least that would be something.
Or that game we was playing earlier with the hang glider.
But apparently she sucks at hang gliding, according to the episode, so...
Oh yeah, they did try hang gliding, didn't they?
That was Apple Bloom, wasn't it?
Oh, that's true. Apple Bloom sucks at everything.
It's because she's an earth pony. She's supposed to be on the ground.
Racism. Who said that?
You're supposed to stay on the ground.
I'm supposed to stay on the ground. Maybe
Unless
they don't
you're
know.
PewDiePie who defies gravity.
This is true.
Oh.
But she breaks the fourth wall every episode, so I'm not sure she counts.
Oh.
Maybe they don't have any. Maybe they don't have anything called racism in their society. They don't know what it is.
Probably. I think Lyra, the one with background ponies. I think she should be addressed more. Because
Which one's Lyra?
the one who seems to be obsessed with humans. Have you not seen? Go on.
She's the one that's always hanging around with Bon Bon. They have them together in like every episode. The teal-colored one with
Do you think
the
humans
harp
will
as a
ever
cutie mark.
exist in this realm of world, or do you think they're not going to address that?
Wait, say that again. I
Do you
didn't
think
catch that.
actual humans will ever exist in this world, or they're not gonna try? They're not even gonna touch that at all.
I don't think. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna touch that with a 10-foot pole.
they did it in the previous gens, but I don't think they're gonna put it in here because I think they're gonna make a spin-off of it.
Yeah, I heard about that. I'm not sure I'm happy about it.
What, a
It
spin-off?
scares the living daylights out of me.
I don't think I've heard of this. Please elaborate.
It's not good.
Eh.
What, they're gonna bring humans into MLP?
No, what they're doing is they're making a spin-off where the main six are humans and at high school, from what I've understood.
It's gonna
Just think
be
about
called
that.
Equestria Girls.
If it was an anime style, I guess that could work.
That would be amazing, but America still hasn't gotten into the animated style unless it's Avatar.
Yeah, we do kind of suck at animation. Oh, anime.
Give it to the Japanese. They'll
Like,
sort it out.
Avatar is amazing because I think most of the people who are on it are worked with actual anime.
So I watched the whole of Avatar, even the spin-off season with a whole new Avatar, and they were just amazing. So, best
Yeah,
part
I
of the
watched-
season.
Thing that they did, it was pretty cool. I don't like the design of these because they have the color of the ponies, and I think that's a really bad idea.
What's this? Oh, is this the?
That's true. They don't have a normal colored skin. They have the skin color of the ponies.
Like, and that just draws back to the actual fan-made stuff. That's not a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
They should at least all, and if they were to make them actual human looking, at least two of them should be of a different kind. Like, I see a lot of people who make Twilight African American and Rarity African American because Rarity sort of has a voice that's, even though her voice actor's completely and utterly white.
Why does Twilight have wings and not a horn?
Yeah, because she's an alicorn now.
No, I mean
I don't know.
But even, Rarity doesn't have anything. Rarity's just an Earth pony all of a sudden.
Yeah, I don't think the one thing they won't do is give them horns because that's a little too far, but wings are kind of normal for animation. But I just question how they're going to do this right.
See, looking at this looks like it's going to be terrible. Just already.
I think everybody's pretty much convinced it's going to be terrible.
Has anyone told Hasbro that yet?
Hasbro wants money.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to get much for this. I think it'll be
Just
interesting to see how they
giving
work.
the color of the ponies. Why would you do that?
I don't know. Even if they had just the same like hair colors and everything, if they at least had the same color skin, it might be a little better.
It would be. I actually think I would be a little more interested, but giving them the pony skin color is just... I think that's pandering. That's fan service, basically.
Yeah.
That's making it safe to everybody without saying that that's what they're doing.
Oh, dear. I think it'll be interesting to see how they make this work, though.
The only one that even looks normal is Applejack.
Yeah, she's the only normal-looking one. And Rarity, if she didn't have such a blue tint.
She's a little too on the white side.
That's it. Applejack's the only normal-looking one.
Yeah.
Still a little orange. I guess Fluttershy looks a little normal-ish, but it's still too yellow.
It's way too yellow. And they have tails. They're humans, but they have tails.
Yeah, but I see other pictures where they don't. I wonder if they're judging whether or not they should do that.
I don't see Applejack with the tail.
Yeah, I don't see Applejack, but the other ones have.
Maybe it's not a tail. Maybe their hair is just really long to make up for it.
Maybe. I can't tell from the picture.
Neither can I.
I'm just so scared.
Actually, Fluttershy's tail actually looks like it's attached to her hair.
Yeah, I think they just have really long hair. I'm hoping.
Oh dear. What's that?
However, if they do it this way completely, I think this will be the first time that they've ever done a human anthro show ever. In America, at least. It's normal in Japan. Here, not so much. I'm frightened.
Only time will tell.
And you will slowly hear the weeping of bronies across the world.
Like the sudden cry all at once at the release date of that whole new season.
You kind of pain.
The earth shall shake. The sky shall flutter.
Flooded with the tears of many, many sad fan people.
And then it's all gonna break again if they put the Equestria Girls song as the theme song.
Oh,
just imagine.
You have bronies from all over the world dressed up as Spartans, just lined up outside like with spears and shields. Like, prepare for Equestria! Oh, that could be...
Wait, now main six. Okay, back to the main six thing. We have Apple Bloom and her friends, and we have Babsy. That's 6 ponies.
Indeed.
Because Babsy has her 2 friends.
And we have a new princess.
Yeah, but we haven't seen Babs's 2 friends, have we?
No, not yet. But they're there.
Wait, how do we know she has 2 friends?
It's in the Apple Family Reunion episode.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, I didn't think about that.
Yeah,
If they do that's kind of clever.
yeah, but I don't think that will come forth until quite a bit into further
Oh
on,
yeah,
though.
Depending on if they do season 4, because I'm really curious.
it depends on how fast they develop the other 5 stories.
Yeah. So I think they should.
Destinies.
Like,
Wait, what?
I'll be kind of ticked off if they bring a whole new main six before they finish the destinies of the other main six. I'll kind
I
of.
think everybody might have a problem. Although, then again, technically, if you think about it, maybe the whole point was just for Twilight's destiny. Maybe the others don't technically have quote-unquote destinies. It's mostly just Twilight that they were like, yes, she is habada blah blah blah.
But then I want to see them all achieve their ultimate goal. Like,
Oh yeah.
I want to see Rainbow Dash become a Wonderbolt. I want to see Applejack finally have ownership of Sweet Apple Acres.
What happened to her parents, by the way? Why is she just with her brother and grandmother? They ever say why?
They didn't say why, but if you go back and watch the Apple family reunion, there's 2 shooting stars that go by twice in the episode. And then one of the writers said the shooting stars during the reunion was to resemble Applejack's deceased parents.
Oh.
Because we're not
Aw.
going to tell that to children because
Yeah, they're not going to put that in the show.
That was kind of like a sneaky thing for all the older viewers.
Yep.
Oh, that makes me feel sad for Applejack now.
Do you know when season 4 is supposed to start up? Because seasons are weird sometimes when they start up again.
No, there's no really way of knowing, but if you look at season 1, 2, and 3, they all started in the fall. All 3 of them.
Oh.
Season 1 started October of 2010. Season 2 started, I think, September, and season 3 started November. So,
Has it really been 3 years?
yes, sir.
Wow.
Well, 3
No.
years, 2.5 really,
No.
because it originally launched in October of 2010. So once we get to October, that'll be the 3-year anniversary.
I have to say, on the last episode of season 3, I didn't actually expect that to be the last episode. I thought it was going to carry on after that. And when I found out that was the end of season 3, I was like, no! You can't end it here! I was like screaming at
I'm
the computer.
looking over a prediction someone made, and he did bring up Twilight governing over Ponyville.
You can see that happening, but I was curious whether or not
And
she'd
he
actually
also
get a
said
castle.
something about Discord being reformed is that a bigger villain crops up, because apparently his magic is powerful. Which it is. He can bend time and space.
That kind of
Wait,
still ties into the whole CMC becoming the new main 6 with the new princess, because they switched. Nightmare Moon was a villain. They switched her to good, and she now helps the main 6. So now that Discord's good, could he be helping the new CMC defeat the new enemy with the new princess?
Aha.
dun dun dun.
But if Twilight does go back to Ponyville and governs it, she can't exactly sleep in the library still. She's a princess. Are they going to build her own castle or something there? Her own little...
Is Spike always going to be a baby? I don't know.
Yeah, you could speculate it for hours, but
Only time will tell.
because I mean, when they brought Luna back, I don't think Luna has her own, or at least they haven't shown it. So I don't know if Twilight's.
No, I think she lives with Celestia.
Yeah, because they're kind of sisters, so you can kind of see that.
You know, they're sisters, but Celestia still sent her to the moon for 1,000 years.
You never know, she could have a castle on the moon that she built.
I don't like Celestia, if you haven't noticed.
I think that was a bit over the top, sending her to the moon. for 1,000 years. And then...
And I don't blame Nightmare Moon for being ticked off. I mean, if you... It probably kind of suck.
Yeah, like, because... I don't know, I can't remember what I was going to say then. Like, because the shadow cast from Celestia could have just put Luna in that position, so it kind of all was Celestia's fault in the end.
And I hope they address the fact that both Twilight and Celestia used King Sombra's powers, like his magic. And apparently his magic isn't good, so what?
We're
just going to use the dark side of the Force for this episode and not address it later.
Indeed.
Could that like taint her in a bit, sort of drag her closer to evil in a way?
Ooh, evil Alicorn, Twilight.
Scary thoughts. So we've seen Twilight in a crazy way.
And we all already know she can go bonkers.
Even more bonkers than Pinkie Pie. And that was kind of bonkers. She was talking to rocks in a bucket. If that's not bonkers, then...
A lot of people said the reason she was talking to rocks is because she grew up on a rock farm, and that's probably what she played with.
It's not a bad assumption.
That is pretty good. How long has this been going on now? Wow.
We have hit the hour mark.
We have hit the hour mark. Well, I did not expect it to actually last this long, but it did. So I'm gonna have to say we're gonna end it here, and I'm gonna end it with a Q&A question for both of you.
Oh no.
Double oh no.
Oh, it should be there. Just there. It's an easy question. It's just what I've been wondering about all YouTubers. It's for both of you. They're both the same thing. What inspired you to start your YouTube channels and to start it around MLP? And
I was handcuffed to a chair and forced.
But you was forced to watch.
I originally told you that I was kind of like your friend. I did have a very good friend of mine who liked the show. He moved into the city now, unfortunately, so I'm up here in the mountains by myself.
Oh.
But I used to tease him all the time, and he finally, from whatever god powers he has, got me to sit down and watch an episode, and it was episode 5. And from episode 5, we went back and I watched episodes 1 through 5, and after rewatching 5 is when I actually started recording, and that's where it all started.
But what made you start recording? What actually made you want to?
He did.
What,
he made me record the first episode and put it up, and then the views and the subscribers took off from there, and I just kept going with it. I rolled with it. And if you watch...
Mine's much less interesting. I was bored.
If you watch my episodes, 5 through 10 aren't very good. They start picking up because from 5 through 10, or actually I started with 6, because 6 was the first one I uploaded. You can definitely tell they're not that interesting. It was just kind of sitting there. But after episode 10, that's when I really started getting into it, and I just kept going. And I'm here now with 3 seasons under my belt, and I don't know how.
Well, pretty impressive. And Amber, what about you?
I mean, for the MLP part, I just started doing the songs and stuff because I was bored. I mean, I started watching MLP on Netflix because I had nothing better to watch, and I kept hearing about it. I was like, oh, fine, I'll watch it. And then I kind of watched all of it.
So, what inspired you to start your YouTube channel and start doing making songs?
Well, the songs thing I did because I just like writing songs, and I figured that I should do MLP versions of songs because they can be pretty easy to rhyme with each other if you find the right kind of thing to talk about or sing about, because they're simple, they're simplistic, but in a clever way.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Pinky High songs are simple, but they're clever, and they get the point across.
Yeah. One more Q&A question is, what made you come up with your OC? And we're going to start
Oh, dear.
with Amber this time.
Um, well, how do I explain this? For me, I made her because I figured I needed an OC pony, one, but I made her whole surrounding idea is she's a lot like me, but with me, I'm sort of a person who will sit down and listen to anybody's story, and I won't judge you about it. I won't poke fun at you, and I'll give you my true, honest opinion. Whether or not you like it, that's up to you, but I'm not gonna scoot around telling you the truth about something. I'll guide you to what I think you should do, but that I'm not gonna force you into it.
That's pretty good. And you, Cobalt?
Well, mine just came from playing around when I first started. I wanted to have one for an opening, and I can't draw, so I went on the wonderful Pony Creator, and I just started toying around. My colors on it are actually my old school colors, and they're kind of my favorite colors. I kind of like blue and wow, I can't even remember. Blue and white put together. Kind of a pause there for a minute. But the original thing came up. It's part of what I love to do. My love, like the Cutie mark, is a high voltage symbol. I work with electricity, and I love my job. So, just kind of the things I like and the things I love to do, made it. And as far as
You
breed,
would have a lightning bolt on your hip if you were a pony.
I would have a lightning bolt. This is true.
Welcome to the Rainbow Dash family.
I would
Yep.
probably have a very, very unamused face.
Bit kind of like that kind of face.
Pretty much.
Yes. Well, thank you to both of you for actually joining in and being a part.
You're welcome.
You are very welcome.
Yay. Sadly, Brony couldn't make it. He seemed to be very late. We did set a time. I did try and organise it to everyone's... Well, so everyone was able to join, but sadly he was not. Hopefully we'll get him in the next episode, and hopefully we can have you two back for the next episode if you want to be a part of it.
Yeah, I mean, we can actually, this podcast would work really well once season 4 kicks up.
Definitely. So I'm trying to do one of these every Monday. Hopefully it'll be much better when season 4 does
You should
start
tell
off.
them what the next subject is, because we can't do MLP every Monday.
Oh, I'm gonna have to come up with a new subject. Well, anyway, goodbye everyone, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you for having
Bye.
us.